Want to set yourself up to win in 2026? There are three conversations you want to make sure you have before 2025 says goodbye.
Believe you were born to win. It's your right to win. Claim it, frame it, 'cause you were.
The first conversation is your feedback conversation. And remember, whenever you are preparing to have a feedback conversation, it is a two-way street. It is not a conversation where you sit back and you just listen. You need to approach that conversation ready to engage. Prior to having the conversation, you need to do your own diagnostic. Have I had a great year? Have I had a mediocre year? Oh man, was this a tough year? Was I able to speak to my stakeholders? Did I deliver what they expected of me? Were there a lot of new things for me to learn? If I had to give myself a grade, what grade would I give myself? No grade inflation, please. But you want to have your own thoughts about how the year went. Good, bad, and ugly. I used to like to make a T account. Here are the things that I consider to be in my asset column from this year. And here are the things that could be a little bit of a liability for me in any kind of conversation or thinking about a promotion or thinking about how I get a great bonus. But you go in first and you go in with an enthusiastic attitude. I've been looking forward to this conversation. I am ready to engage. How would you like to start? That's what you want to say when you walk in, because then the person will more than likely say, well, why don't you start? How do you think the year went? And now you want to, in a very measured fashion, say, I think I had a really great year, and let me tell you why. Here are the 5 things that I accomplished this year. Here are the 2 or 3 things that were frankly challenges for me, but this is why I feel good about it. I've learned X, I've learned Y. Ultimately, we were able to deliver. And then say, now I'd like to hear what you're thinking. I hope they match up. And you don't really worry about it if they don't, because if they now have a wholly negative portfolio of things to tell you, well, A, listen very closely. B, just absorb it. C, don't respond right off the bat. You might want to say, boy, I was not expecting that. This is a bit of a surprise. Let me absorb everything that you said, and I'd like to be able to come back to you tomorrow or next week and really engage and respond to what I think I heard. Now, before I leave, let me repeat what I heard, because it's important that you don't leave that conversation without the person knowing that you were in fact listening. Remember, everybody values being heard, so that's buying you some currency in that exchange. Now, maybe the person doesn't give you anything negative at all. Maybe they say, I concur. We too believe that you have had an amazing year. And let me add on to what you've said. Feedback is a gift. You can't fix it if you don't know that it's broken. So you want to create a safe place, a dynamic where somebody can give you all of the feedback, good, bad, and ugly. The second conversation you want to have is with your stakeholders. Think about who your top 2 or 3 stakeholders were in 2025 and who they are going to be in 2026. You might have been told that you're going to go to a new department or you're going to take on a new challenge and your stakeholders are changing. If that is the case, you want to make sure that before 25 is done, you sit down with the new stakeholders and you say, I'm excited to be working with you. I have some thoughts about what we might do in 2026, but I wanted to get a conversation with you to kind of understand how you're thinking about this transition. What are the top 2 or 3 things that I need to do and that I can work on over the holidays and come back and hit the ground running when we get to January? But you want to make sure that you're understanding how your new stakeholders will define success. Don't just run into this new role and say, I'm going to put my head down, I'm going to work really hard. You may work really hard, but you may still not deliver that which is valued. So you want to understand that, especially as you go away for the holidays, so you get a chance to strategize and think about how you're going to deliver that. The next conversation that I'm going to tell you it's important to have is that conversation with your sponsor. This person has been spending currency on you probably throughout the year, and certainly at the end of the year when it's time to figure out who's going to get the right bonus, who's going to get a bump in pay, who's going to get a promotion. So you want to make sure that you spend time with your sponsor thanking them for the currency that they have already spent and invested in you. There is so much value and gratitude. Do not leave 2025 without saying, thank you for that piece of advice. Thank you for fighting for me behind closed doors. Thank you for giving me the blueprint on how I could have a really great year. Thank you, thank you, thank you. 3 important conversations that will set you up to win in 2026. Happy holidays and go get them.